So it's a very short video that deals with a very particular problem. If you're the primary user on a computer, so you use it for quite a long time, for sort of every session, and you notice it suddenly powers off for no reason. You're not using any particular program, you're not doing anything in particular, it just suddenly shuts itself down, then this could well be the problem, especially if there are other users of the computer that use it for very short periods of time. So they log in, they check their emails, they then power it down. If they don't notice this, then this is almost certainly going to be the reason why your computer is behaving strangely. And here's a fix that you can try, and something that you can test for, just by opening the side case off, and it could save you some money, because obviously this is something you can do yourself. So let's have a little look and see why this particular computer shuts itself down when it's being used by the primary user for, maybe an hour, maybe more. So we'll take the side panel off, and there's the problem straight away. Zoom in, and you can see it's a dusty heatsink. This doesn't necessarily reflect on the tidiness of your house. This computer is quite old. It's actually still running Windows XP, so over a period of time every computer will do this because they have that little vacuum cleaners. So let's sort it out. All you do is get yourself a good screwdriver and just loosen and remove the screws holding the heatsink on. When I say heatsink, I mean the fan. You don't need to remove the actual aluminium block heatsink, which can disturb the thermal paste that's on there, and that thermal paste can deteriorate over time as well. But 9 times out of 10, well, 99 times out of 100, this is the reason why it shuts down. So what you can see there is the little fins that the fan blows air onto, all covered in dust. So there's no airflow at all. Now, the best way to clean it is to use this very expensive and highly calibrated piece of technical equipment. It's a paintbrush. Doesn't matter too much about the bristles, you can just buy the cheapest one. And you'll need a vacuum cleaner. This is what I'm getting now. You don't hold the vacuum cleaner on any part of the computer, you hold it just above it, because you're going to use the brush to dislodge all the dust. So let's do that and see what it looks like. That's all it takes. What you couldn't see off camera was that I was giving the fan a bit of a tickle as well. So now we just put the fan back on. Well, first of all, take a look at the blades. You can see them now. So now when the fan is blowing will be blowing air through those pins. So we'll just get the screws back in. It's important to have a good screwdriver because you don't want to damage the screw. They don't need to be put in very tightly at first. You do need to get them in the right place. Once they're in, you can get a feel for how strong you need to be to apply the correct amount of, I suppose it's torque, isn't it? Being physicsy about it. So it needs to be tight and the fan moves freely. So now, when you power it up, I'll just give that a bit more of a tickle. Now when you power it up, you should be able to use it. You can test it by running Prime 95. Just stress the cores and you'll probably find that the temperature won't rise above, well, depends on the processor, but the temperature won't rise to dangerous levels. So that is the fix. Hope you find it useful.